And welcome to Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman. My name is Chris LaRose, and this here is Doug Maidenford, our resident Pennsylvania Dutchman. How are you, Doug?
Well, I'm enjoying this lovely summer evening here on my back porch.
It sure is nice. What more can a guy ask for?
I'll tell you what, I want a question.
Hey, I've got one of those. All right, here you go. So this question comes in from Matt Rote of Flemington, Pennsylvania. Matt says, my neighbor is raising their children without using the word no. Instead of using no, they are always using positive comments. What do you think about this? And I have an experience with this. I used to work at a motorcycle dealership, and there we had some motorcycles that were close to $40,000.
Wow.
Well, one day, these two parents came in, they had two kids, and the kids were running.
Who buys a $40,000 motorcycle?
People,
that's something for another video?
That's another.
Okay, all right.
That'll be an hour-long discussion.
Okay.
But anyway, these two kids come running in with their snotty little sticky fingers, because kids' fingers are always sticky and snotty.
Sure.
And so they climb on all the motorcycles and they put their hands all over it.
Oh yeah.
Tipping back and forth.
Yeah.
So one of the salespeople runs over to the kids and says, "No, don't play on the motorcycles."
Right.
And then the two parents run over to the salesperson and say, "No, don't tell our kid no. We're raising them to not know what no means." So, what do you think, Doug?
Well, I think those parents should have never had kids in the first place.
Because
they're missing something really big here.
Somebody.
How do you raise a kid without teaching them the word no?
Poorly.
I heard no 50 times to every time I heard yes when I was a kid.
I don't think I ever heard yes, and look how that turned out. I'm alright.
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, seriously, that's irresponsible parenting if you ask me.
Well, think about, like, all the things that could go wrong. Like,
it compounds because this kid's going to grow up not having any boundaries.
Yeah.
And you got to have boundaries as a kid.
Well,
that's a whole part of a parent, teaching these things to kids.
One thing I would ask these parents is if their kid gets old enough to know what drugs are, how do you tell them not to do drugs if there's no know?
I don't know either. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. This is ridiculous.
All right. Well, we're gonna try playing a game here. This is called.
Well, no. This goes all to this point of the importance of knowing what the word no means. It teaches you something.
No, I would say so. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, for example, let's have this scenario. My buddy calls me and says, "Hey, Duck, want to go down to the hotel for a beer?"
Yeah.
Now I can answer that question. Do I want to go for a beer? Sure, I want to go for a beer. Shoot the bull with my boys down there at the hotel. But I know that my wife wants me to stay home and help around the house with the kids. Now I'm in a situation where I have to answer a question, and the two answers are either yes, go for a beer with my buddy, or no, stay home, help the wife around the house.
Well, what would happen if he said yes?
All right, now, if I say yes, I'm going to go to the hotel, and I'm going to have a heck of a good time, drink a couple Yinglings, good Pennsylvania beer, and then go home. But when I get home, it's going to be pretty chilly in that house, if you know what I mean. And it's not going to last just one night. It might last a couple days.
So,
that same situation. This time I tell my buddy, I'd love to go, but tonight just doesn't work. I have to say no. I stay home, I help my wife with the kids, and help around the house. It makes me a good father, it makes me a good husband, and did I lose out on an evening with my buddy?
Makes you a little mopey.
Sure, a little bit, but the bedroom might be a little warmer that night, if you know what I mean.
Well, you'd actually be in the bedroom.
That's true. I'd be sleeping in my bed, because if I said yes to my buddy, I got a blanket and a pillow on the couch waiting for me when I get home.
All right, so you heard.
So now here's the thing. That's the thing. Like, now that I'm an adult, and I learned, early on as a kid what no meant, and I knew that there were consequences. If these parents that are raising these kids like this, this is irresponsible, and it's bad on society. Because those kids are gonna grow up expecting everything.
Just hippies.
They're gonna expect everything. They're not going to understand when something goes not the way they want it to go, and it goes hinnish fetish, as we say in Dutch. It gets all backwards, and they don't think, they think something's going to happen, but it doesn't. And we're setting them up for failure.
Oh, they're setting them up to go to prison. Hey, don't rob that store. I don't know what that means.
No, this is ridiculousness. And if there are parents out there that are doing this, I think they should be slapped in the face.
Yeah.
That's
about as positive reinforcement
as
I
can
can think of.
There's some positive reinforcement. Should you raise your kids that way? No! Crack!
Perfect. You heard it from the Dutchman.
You gotta teach your kids the word no!
I would agree, yeah. So
do it for the sake of humanity.
So So, Doug, do you want to go out for a beer tonight?
No.
All right. Well, thank you, folks. This was Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman. My name is Chris. This is your Doug Mainford. And,
Keep those questions coming.
And, remember,
Mox good.
Just say no.
Just say no. Mox good.
Mox good.
If you have a question, why, you have to email us at busterpa@yahoo.com.